Last episode, I automated emeralds, built a library for the villages so I could actually get some of the enchantments I like, and also did the settlement for the colony. And in this episode, I decided to cure the disease that was going around in the colony. I also decided to take a look at the applied energistics of building a mine for the cobblestone factory. So let's get started. Oh wow, it's late. It's late and I'm over here, like, not asleep. Ugh, you know what? Nope, we're sleeping. Good morning, guys. So a lot has happened since you last saw, especially with the colony, right? Well, the colonists are very hard at work. Look at where we have... Look at what we have so far right now. So as you see, so this is the builder's hut that we had originally. It's level 3, so obviously they're not there right now. This is the warehouse. Decided to do a warehouse because, well, it's kind of exhausting having to constantly run back and forth. So in order to hire someone over here, you needed to have a courier's hut. So I got a courier to work over here. Although I will say I'm not really sure why the courier has their own hut and the warehouse is different. Like, could you just not like put this in there? Like, I'm confused. But so we have our first and second residence. We also have a child here. Hello, Camila. Hello. Now, I didn't really do much with the town hall yet, but I will... Camila, you grew up now and you want a job? Okay, well, just give me a few... Hopefully I could get you a job soon. Who are you? Peyton?
I'm never late, nor early. I always arrive precisely when I am meant to. I would be willing to join your colony for 60 baked potatoes. But it seems like you lack this living space in your colony.
Well, I mean... I do lack the living space. And why would you want 60 baked potatoes? That's kind of weird. Oh, hello, look at you, all grown up. It seems like maybe 2 minutes ago that you were a child.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on the guard and the barrack towers.
Yes.
Well, I'm not really working on it, but you get the point. So whatever is the person that works at the forester here, they just put in storage and the courier always comes back and picks them up, as well as also here with the miner. Hello. Okay. Yes, they are all complaining that there is no guard tower. I know you people are scared to death, but I think you've been fine. Anyway, so what are we gonna tackle in this episode? Well, alright, here's the thing. To be able to start a big industrial phase of this world, I'm gonna need cobblestone. Because cobblestone basically is kind of like the heart of a lot of what I will end up doing. And so I'm gonna need to automate it and be able to have a dedicated place where I could automate cobblestone and so have it be delivered to other places around the industrial area, basically. But how are we gonna do that? Where are we gonna do that? So here's what I was looking at. I was looking at different areas where we could have like the industrial area where we could focus on all things industrial, where we automate a whole bunch of stuff through a lot of factories. And so honestly, this is the worst area to do it. Not to mention, I also just don't like removing a lot of the cool terrain around here. It's so nice. I don't want to get rid of it. Here is not any better, honestly. Really, I had no choice but to kind of go around and explore for a bit. And this is the area that is probably gonna be best. It's gonna be a little bit on the further side, but it's not the end of the world. So basically what I'm saying is we really gotta get rolling because there is a lot to do. Well, first of all, I do have a lot of iron that I was mining. So let's get that settled. By the way, guys, I did install a mod that allows you to have guns in here. I don't usually like to add gun mods because I feel like it's kind of a hit or miss. Sometimes it makes the game way too easy, and so... But this one was I believe this is the tax gun mod. If I'm saying it correctly, I'm really sorry. This is the crane rifle. So originally these guns really don't really look anything like Create. I had to add there are like add-ons to it, look like it came out of a Create mod. And yeah, it's actually pretty cool. There's the workbench for it. So as you can see, this is the one that looks more like a Create gun. These are just all, you know, random ones. I know nothing about guns, by the way, so just as a heads up. To do ammo, I'm gonna need this one, and I'm gonna need a whole bunch of these. Obviously there are ways to automate this stuff, but I don't really have a lot of gunpowder, unfortunately. So I go over here and craft them, basically. And I could just click on that until I make however I need. And so in this case, obviously, you could imagine how this could take so much space in my inventory. That is why... Oh yeah, there's the diamond ammo box. So the diamond one carries a lot more. So you just right click the ammo with the box, and then you basically put it in. But yeah, I don't have any more space in here. But I believe there's nothing stopping me from making another ammo box and keeping it. But you know, I don't really need more right now. I think I should be fine. And here we are. This is where it needs to all happen. Yeah, this waystone was already here actually, so I thought that was pretty cool that I didn't even have to make one. But really, to get started, we're gonna have to go and do a whole bunch of mechanical extruders. These are the alternative to using the mechanical drills to be able to automate the cobblestone. So let's go ahead and do that. We also gotta figure out a dedicated place for that. So the way I want to do it is just having like a big concrete yard, and then like have kind of like conveyor belts taking the cobblestone out of underground, and then obviously distributing them from there. So but I don't want to get ahead of myself. First things first, definitely get all the materials needed for that. We're gonna need a lot of cobblestone, so we're gonna need a whole bunch of extruders, and to be able to do that, we're gonna need a lot of lava buckets and a lot of water buckets, which is not really difficult at all. So as you can see, we're gonna just need some andesite casings, some glass and shafts, and we should all be set. I don't really know how many I want to make just yet. I should probably dig the tunnel first and see how far I want to do this, but as of now, let's maybe aim for potentially 20 of these. Also, making the andesite casings gets a little exhausting, so I was wondering if I could make the slicer from the slice and dice add-ons. Now I wonder, is that gonna be too much? Oh no, it's not. It's not gonna be too much. Oh, perfect. I was wondering if the whole thing was just gonna stop from, you know, overstressing. So, if that's the case... Now with this slicer, it's gonna be really nice because all I have to do is just put the wood over here, and that's it. So guys, look at this. This is gonna be great. So all I have to do is just put this there, and it just strips it for me, which is nice. Now obviously, while that's doing that, I need to go get the andesite alloy, and I only have 31. That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. So what I could do is now go over here. Oh no, it's raining. Okay. Put that there. Give this. And there we go. We're auto well, semi-auto doing this because otherwise it would take me such a long time. And I've been meaning to do the slicer for a while, so... And obviously, if we take out the axe and replace it with knives, we can do that with food as well, and, you know, chop down chicken or beef or whatever. Wait, there are barbarians. Okay, I got an alert of that. What is happening? What the... What are you doing? What are you doing? Who do you think you are? Hey! Go away. Go away. Okay. Okay, where's my guard? What are you doing here? You're supposed to be helping out.
Yes.
You what? You have influenza? Okay. You're sick. And you need a carrot and a potato. Are you trying to get like a vegetable soup going or something? Okay then, let me go get you the things you need to heal yourself. A carrot and a potato. Because that totally makes sense. Alright, got your carrot and your potatoes.
Okay.
Okay, there's no need for attitude. I'm just trying to give you your stuff. Here, take 2 just in case you get sick again. Have fun feeling better? Feel better? I'm gonna give you a carrot and a potato just in case you get sick, because there's a virus going around. Yeah. Alright, well, since we need a lot of research to be done, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put down the university for the builder to build as soon as he is done with this residence over there. And the university is finished. Let's take a look at what they can do for research. So, research, there we go. Civilian, combat, and technology. So to do the tactic training research, I'm gonna have to upgrade the guard tower to 3 levels. So yeah, I guess I have to do that. But until then, I do want to do something at least, like 1 research. Alright, let's see. So I believe we could only do 1 research at a time. Which kind of sucks, but I believe as we upgrade the university, you can do more at a time. Alright, so I'm back in the industrial area, right? And I was just trying to think, like, how big I wanted this, and I kind of got a little bit carried away because I was trying to figure out, like, the length and width of this. And honestly, I have no clue. I have no clue what it's supposed to be. I was looking at different pictures of, like, different construction yards and such. The thing is, in real life, Cobblestone factory isn't necessarily, you know, realistic. It's like there are factories that could do tiles and such, but it's not like a cobblestone where you could just create it like we are. So in this case, I'm just trying to fuse both realism and fiction in one, I guess. So, this is what I have so far. I also decided to use cobblestone for this floor over here. It's honestly, I actually like this pattern. This is the from the outline of this entire area. It doesn't necessarily need to be centered or anything like that, but this is what I have so far. So, and over here, this is where all the magic happens. So these are the mechanical extruders that I was telling you guys about. And so I was just thinking, like, as soon as I looked at this thing over here, I was like, oh shoot, I completely forgot I had to power them. So yeah, we gotta deal with that now. But anyway, there was no way with the limited resources I have, I was about to go do a power plant of some sort. Anyway, so because these extruders take from 2 liquids, the lava and the water, I have to put them next to these extruders to actually function properly, alongside, of course, rotational power. So that means that these two need to be clear. So that means I cannot just, you know, stack them right next to each other, because that's not going to work. We have to give them enough space. So over here, this is where, you know, the water and the lava will be. And then the same thing over here, and then water, lava. Oops, that's not what's supposed to happen. And so on and so forth. So because I have also 20, I am gonna have to do them from both sides. The only thing is, I realize that this is an odd number for the conveyor belt. So I have to have 2 running conveyor belts. Okay, so here we go. I got it all done. I also added some lighting, obviously, because definitely there was not any mobs in here. Now, I know this looks like a lot if you're looking at it like that, but just keep in mind, guys, that we're going to need a lot of cobblestone because this will be supplying the entirety of the industrial phase of this world. It's going to be needed in a lot of things. A lot of this is going to go up there, and it's going to go inside a vault of some kind anyway. A hidden vault here, maybe, under, you know, a mountain of cobblestone. I thought of a different idea because I don't know if I want to use so many belts in this world, you know, because obviously it does cause a lot of lag into Minecraft, and I have to be careful with that because in large quantities it actually does affect gameplay, and it just makes it unplayable after a while. But you know, that's not the goal here. In this case, what I want to do, like a storage trim system that actually picks up everything from here and takes it. And yeah, I mean, if I want to do like one belt that meets here, that, you know, drops both sides of the cobblestone, that takes it up here, I could do that. But you know, it's not gonna be animating this whole thing, so that will definitely help the TPS a little bit, because I don't know if I want to really just cover the whole thing with belts, which we will be using belts, obviously. But if we don't have to use belts, let's not use them. But when we use them, I think they'll probably be pretty cool to use. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is just I'm gonna go to the RV, make a whole bunch of chain drives, and also probably do a couple of fluid tanks so I could actually do some sort of a steam engine in here. I don't think water wheels is gonna cut it with all these extruders in here. Alright, and we get the chain drives over here. Now both sides all have the chain drives attached to them, and I just have to connect them right now. And then get some shafts. Connect. I also don't know what the performance is going to be with all these extruders running, so that is why I was wondering if maybe putting the steam engine out of sight, if it's going to help a little, but we will see. Right now we got to work on the glass cable from the ME system, and yeah, to be able to do that we are going to need Fluix crystal, and to do that you need to get the quartz fiber glass. It's actually not that bad. I think I have some of these in my RV, believe it or not, but yeah, I gotta go and get that done. The other thing too, we're gonna need an import bus and an export bus, meaning that that's how you import them and export them out of the ME system. We also need to power that system, so that's why I opted to go for the steam engine instead of doing something like water wheels. I mean, other than the fact that it would be incredibly annoying having to do the water wheels and that take forever and so much space, I might as well just do that. So what I understood from the testing is basically I have to attach the storage bus to a storage drawer basically, and that was the best way to do it. It kept saying that something was incorrect every time I tried to attach it to the extruder itself, which is no good. So that means we're gonna have to actually put storage bus attached to the drawers, and then we could do an export bus when we are trying to export it outside of the ME system. So yeah, I hope that made sense. And if it didn't make sense, yeah, we'll definitely go over it. So right now I have a fluid transmitter, and I figured that was probably the best way to transfer over gasoline from the one I did for the RV over. And that is because they can actually power these blaze burners pretty effectively. Now what I'm actually going to do right now is do a couple of water wheels. I know I said I wasn't going to do water wheels, but I'm not doing them for the extruders. I'm actually doing them to power the pumps here. And so even if something were to go wrong here, like let's say the server reset or something like that, the pumps could still grab the power from the water wheels over here, and restart the system again. So I think that will probably be the best long term, but not so fast because I actually haven't created the ME systems yet. So that is another one of those rabbit holes that I wasn't really ready to do. So it's just one thing after the other. Now, obviously, what I could do is just use a storage trim or something like that. But the thing is, honestly, I kind of don't want to do that. I want everything to be ME systems at this point because using a lot of storage slaves or using a lot of storage controllers to bring in all the cobblestone out of here, I don't really think it's a good idea because it gets a lot on the server and can definitely contribute to lag. So yeah, no thanks. But even if it takes a little bit longer to create the ME system, I think I'm gonna do that. I also got these iron mesh fence things. They look really cool actually, and I think they would really look cool around this like cobblestone yard. And so I want to put them all around. Also just make this place pretty busy, make it feel like it's been worked on. Also maybe get a couple of shipping containers here. That would look really cool actually. So guys, I got the shipping containers and honestly they look so good. I was thinking maybe doing something like doing another like color on top of this one, like so. Obviously because it's floating like that, it needs to have support of some kind. So let's put some over here. Obviously what I want to do is I'm gonna put more stuff, but as of now, I kind of ran out of the vaults, but I need to make more. Iron is not really cheap right now because I've been getting it from the villagers, and even though I technically have like unlimited amount of emeralds, don't forget that the villagers are not constantly restocking, so you have to wait for them. Yeah, I could set up another trading depot, but the thing is, I feel like that kind of negates the point of eventually automating it the way I want to do it with Create and make the cool factory. Like, honestly, you'd be surprised at how many things that these villagers are now selling you. Pretty much everything from Create, but I kind of want to still go with the whole process of making the factory anyway. Hope that makes sense. Now, doing the ME system is a bit of a complicated process, obviously, and that is why we are gonna actually tackle it next video. Especially if I also want to have like a small dedicated place for it, because the amount of things that I need for it, yeah, it's a little bit too much, and it can get messy, and I don't want another RV situation where I have just to make a whole bunch of stuff that were pretty much powered by a hand crank this whole time. We're not gonna talk about that, but that's besides the point. And next episode we're gonna focus on the ME system and also just finalizing this cobblestone yard over here, and then we can move on to the power plant. I think that's probably what I'm gonna do next. I know this is very, very, very early in the game, and a lot of this stuff is probably gonna be quite expensive to make, but I think the smartest way to go is to do these things that will probably save us plenty of time in the future. Anyways, if you guys like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next episode.